What's up YouTube, Kevin Wolford123. Someone asked me the other day if I could do a cleaning video and how to clean NES carts. This will kind of apply to other systems as well, cartridge based systems. But yeah, I thought I'd do a quick one, and it's, as I said in the other video, it's hot. So I'm sweating. So if I have to keep taking breaks to wipe my head, sorry about that. So what you're going to need is some tissue paper. Brasso is what I use, depending on the contacts, how bad they are. Normally the contacts are quite bad on these. You're going to need some cotton swabs. You don't need an elastic band. I don't know where that came from, but yeah, that's there for the laugh. And then you've got some, this is ArctiClean. Now, this isn't what I'm using. This is just the bottle I'm using. So ignore that it says ArctiClean on it. You don't need that. You just need alcohol, usually like 90% alcohol, something like that, around that sort of volume, which is called rubbing alcohol in some places. And I just use it in this bottle because it's easier to use. And then here's your game. So you'll get a security bit like this. You can look it up on eBay. You'll have like, they're called game bit drivers, security bit drivers. Just put like the console what you're after, and then put security screwdriver, and you'll usually find they come in a pack of two, one for the console and one for the game. Now the one for the game, obviously you use, I've used it already, and open it up like so, and there's your board. It's weird doing this for a camera, I've not done it before. So we have the board like that. You can, I don't know if it's going to show up, but it's quite, will it focus? Let's try and focus. There we go. It's quite pitted, and it's had a lot of grime. I think people have been blowing on these carts, and the back is quite bad. Now, you can use alcohol on its own. I'm going to show you now. I'm going to just use alcohol. What I do is I get a cotton swab. If we zoom back in like so, put a bit of alcohol all around the swab. Now I'm going to show you what, this is pitted to hell, so I'm going to focus like that, and then I'll rub it on it, and as you can see, it's not taking, it looks like it's not taking anything off, but I'll rub it like that, and then we'll go back to the swab. It's a bit dirty, but it's not taking any of the grime off, it's not taking any of the pitting off. You can see that all here, it's all black bits all over it. That's not come off at all. So you're going to need brasso. Now some people hate brasso, some people love brasso. I don't have like a bad relationship with it. It does the job, and I've not had any problems yet. If I start getting problems, then I'll stop using it. But so I'm going to zoom in again. There we go, and you just get a bit of brasso like that. I use the cotton version. You can get a liquid version. I prefer to use the cotton because it's a bit less messy. And then there's your pins. You can see they're all pitted. And I'm going to try and clean it without knocking the camera over. I'm just going to do one side for now. And it's taken, yeah, quite a bit off. Now people say it takes some of the coating off. Now I've noticed it takes a bit of the shine off. If we go all the way across. I don't rub hard, I'm only rubbing gently. Okay, so you can see it's nice and shiny now. What I do now is I get a tissue. This is how I do the whole cart normally in one go, but I'm just going to do half. Now it takes a bit of the shine off. I don't know anything about that too much. I don't know if that's a special coating or whatever, but it comes back shiny like that. So I can't see, I don't know if it's, I don't know. I've used it and it polishes it up. That's what it's to do, and it polishes it up well. So yeah, what you've got to do, sorry, is polish it up like that. Take a lot of the black stuff off that's left because it leaves a film. Now you're not finished yet. Now you go over to your cotton. Apply some all around. You may have to do this a few times. Go back to the bit you've done, and you're going to go over the top of that. Like so. Sorry if I'm breathing on the camera. And then you'll notice it's really dirty. Swap it round a bit. There you go, like that. And keep going until there's nothing left. So it's starting to gradually fade. Now I swap to the other side of the cotton bud. Soak that. And then do it again. Because you've used brasso, it may go up on this bit here, so I like to give that bit a little bit of a wipe as well. As you can see, it's starting to fade. And just do it till there's nothing left. This stuff will make your hands dirty as well. It's brasso. That's pretty good. So I'm going to take a clean one now. Just quickly go over the top. And then I'm going to grab a fresh tissue. You can use the same one, but usually by the time you've done a whole cart, you haven't got a tissue that's clean. And as you can see, nothing's coming off it now. So, hopefully it'll focus. On the left is before, and you can see all the pitting, as in the little dots that are like embedded in it. And after, I mean, there's a couple of marks. I suppose you could polish it a bit longer. There's a couple of marks. There's a tiny mark there. There's a tiny mark there. But if you look, how shiny that is, and mint, compared to that side, how it was. Now, I'd probably recommend using the brasso until you can get as much of the dots off. I used it quickly there. Now, you can use it longer. The longer you use it, the more of the stuff you're going to take off. This isn't too bad. I'm probably going to go over it again anyway. But yeah, that's just it. Do that for the whole cart. Whack it back in. And it's clean. Now we're going to go zooming out. There we go. Now what I usually do while I'm going round, but obviously I was doing the cart on its own. Once I've got the dirt, basically the dirt off the cart, this will still be saturated. So pretend this is the saturated one that I've just used. But in this weather, the heat takes it. And what I do is I just go over the cart. So I start by going in the crevices like this. And you see the dirt, well, just about see it. And then I go in these cracks like this, all the way down. And normally you can go over the edges with a tissue and a bit of alcohol on it, but this looks quite good condition. It looks all right. I mean, there's a slight mark there. I don't really want to start messing about with the label, but I can get that out with my nail. And then inside here, this bit's a dirty bit. You need to clean this. This is where people have been blowing in and dust has been getting in. So that's the back bit. I'll see if it's dirty. There you go. There's the back bit on there. And just rub it across the back like so. You have to do both sides of the cart. Was it dirty? A little bit dirty. See it there? Just a little bit. But I've had some come out and they are disgusting, like filthy. But it's good to get that bit out of the way. This bit you can do if you want, you know. It does build up some dust inside over the years. So yeah, do the same thing. Just clean it all over. But I tend to go over them bits with the bits that I've already saturated. So once I finish with the cart and it's slightly dirty, on them ones, so the ones that are like, you know, this, where the dirt's not super filthy and it's not going to transfer because it usually sticks into the cotton bud, then I'll do all the grooves and do stuff like that because I can get it done, you know, 2 birds with 1 stone. But in this heat, what we've got at the moment, it dries up fast. The alcohol dries up really quick. So it might take a bit longer. But that's it really. So I'm happy with that. But I might give it a slight polish more just to get these 2 bits off. It might be embedded because it depends how old it is, how long people have been blowing in their cartridges and the moisture's got and started eating into that. There's not really much else you can do, but I find brasso, look, it's so nice, so clean. Another way of doing it is with an eraser, pencil eraser. I think you just go to town on it. I've never done it myself. I prefer brasso. It's worked every time. And I've had games that refuse to boot. I mean, downright, you put them in, nothing will happen. Or you put them in, it's so garbled and doesn't come back. Tetris was my worst one. Clean it with brasso, perfect every time. Fires up every time, no problem. So if you've got a trouble game that's really not booting. Back in the day when I was a kid, I had a couple of games like that and I just threw them away because I didn't realise you can clean them with brasso. Because I was just a little boy, you know, and I didn't know. So yeah, they went in the dustbin, which is a shame. Probably buried in the landfill somewhere. But yeah, that's how you do it. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, give us a thumbs up. If you leave a comment down below, I'll always reply. See you later, guys.